Hi, everyone. I want to begin by recognizing the world we are living in right now, a world that feels heavy at times, with so many regions calling for our hope, our empathy, and our humanity. We hear about war and suffering in some places every day, while others, like Congo and Sudan, remain in the shadows, although their struggles are just as real. And then there's Uganda, a country that quietly radiates peace in the middle of this chaos. It's a place where the earth still breathes through misty mountains and gentle gorillas, and where people live with warmth, grace, and hope, despite hardship. When I traveled there, I was deeply moved, not only by its breathtaking biodiversity, but by the kindness of its people and the spirit of the community. Even though Uganda isn't a place of war, it is a place that reminds us of what peace can look like and why it's worth protecting. Today, I want to share their story, not just of my journey, but of a community whose resilience and compassion can remind us all that even small acts of care can ripple into something much greater. Here's a quick look at the agenda. Every section is about 1 to 2 minutes. I try to make it as digestible as possible. There's also a fundraising initiative with this presentation. However, if you can't give today, simply learning, sharing, and caring helps move our mission forward because awareness itself is a powerful act of support. To give you some context, one of my biggest passions of all is eco-volunteering. By no means, though, this is about me. Every year, I travel abroad to take part in conservation projects, helping protect wildlife and supporting local communities. And when I come back, I often have this desire to continue that work by spreading as much awareness as I can. Traveling to me isn't about checking off a list of countries. It's about giving back, connecting with people, and really learn how to travel more ethically and sustainably. I've been fortunate enough to visit some incredible places. For example, last year I spent 7 days camping deep in the Amazon jungle. It was such a challenging and humbling experience. These experiences really shaped how I see the world and helped me grow. This year, I decided to go to Uganda, home to the incredible mountain gorillas. The highlight of the Great Gorilla Project is, of course, meeting the mountain gorillas. They are often called the gentle giants of Africa, intelligent, social, and profoundly vulnerable. Only about 1,000 remain in the wild today. This program champions responsible encounters and deep conservation awareness, ensuring that every trek contributes directly to their protection. The trip begins with a visit to the Dian Fossey Museum in Rwanda, honoring her groundbreaking and selfless work to safeguard these gorillas until her tragic death in 1985. More details and pre-departure information can be found on their website for anyone inspired to learn more about this meaningful program. I'd like to share a quick word on health and safety in Uganda. Despite what we often hear in the media, Uganda is actually a very peaceful and welcoming country. Even its flag features the great crown crane, a national symbol of peace. I personally feel really safe in Kisoro, the town near the two national parks where the mountain gorillas live. The Great Gorilla Project's itinerary stays entirely in the southern region, around here, far from the meningitis belt and any unrest involving the Congo-Rwanda conflict, as you can see on the maps. While we were advised not to photograph the military or police, the rangers were incredibly friendly. They actually really didn't mind us taking photos of them or with them. For health precaution, a yellow fever vaccine is required upon entry. You also need anti-malaria medication because malaria is present in some of the areas we visit. And while Uganda is conservative, particularly regarding LGBTQ issues, locals are generally pretty respectful and open towards visitors. All the accommodations were basic but clean, and honestly, a few were even bougie to me. If you're looking for five-star resorts, this probably isn't that kind of trip, but that's exactly what makes it special. It's about immersing yourself in nature, connecting with local communities, and embracing the simplicity and authenticity that makes the whole experience memorable. Now, the program beautifully balanced conservation, community, and adventure. It included two unforgettable gorilla treks and fun volunteering activities, from tree planting and crafting with local women to supporting children with special needs at the demonstration school. We also connected with the Batwa tribe and visited Potter's Village, a child crisis center for premature and orphan babies. And beyond volunteering, we enjoyed the game drives, boat cruises, and coffee tastings. The local agency was very flexible too. For example, I swapped a national park visit with the kids from the demonstration school with an 8-hour hike up Mount Sabino. It was tough and strenuous, but the view from the top, overseeing all three countries, Uganda, Rwanda, and Congo, made it all worth it. Now, I'd like to take a few minutes to talk about the local NGO that make this entire program possible, the Mgahinga Community Development Organization, or MCDO. MCDO is a grassroots NGO based in Kisoro, in southern western Uganda. It was founded by local community leaders with a simple but powerful goal to improve lives through education, conservation, and sustainable tourism. They're the local partners of the Great Gorilla Project and the key facilitator for all our volunteer activities on the ground. One of MCDO's most meaningful areas of work is in education, access, and sponsorship for marginalized and underserved groups, particularly the Bawa community. The Bawa were indigenous people forcefully evicted from their ancestry forest homes in the 1990s by the government when areas like the Bwindi Impenetrable National Park were established for conservation. Sadly, this displacement left many families without compensation, facing discrimination and poverty. Today, most Bawa still struggle to access basic services like education, healthcare, and employment. Through MCDO, many Batwa children now receive financial aid and sponsorship to attend primary school, often their first opportunity for formal education. The organization also supports students from disadvantaged families all the way through higher education, covering essentials like tuition, books, and uniforms. Some graduates even return to volunteering with MCDO, contributing to community forestry and conservation projects. A third initiative, the Sweden Kisoro Student Exchange Program, once offered incredible cross-cultural learning opportunities for students from both countries. Unfortunately, it was paused during COVID-19 and has not yet resumed, but it remains a powerful example of MCDO's commitment to education without borders. Beyond education, MCDO leads several inspiring projects that build lasting impact through conservation, sustainable livelihoods, and community empowerment. They run conservation education workshops, teaching children the importance of trees and protecting nature. In agriculture, MCDO partners with the local Farmers Association, helping them grow Irish potatoes for food security and income, while also promoting beekeeping as a sustainable and environmentally friendly practice. One initiative that really touched me is the Seasons for Women's project. It began by teaching girls to make reusable sanitary pads, helping them stay in school during their periods because sanitary products are often difficult to access in the area. Today, it's grown into a women's empowerment program where participants learn crafting and soap making to earn a secondary income. And finally, through community-based tourism, volunteer and visitor fees go directly back into the local economy, creating jobs, sustaining programs, and turning travelers like myself into ambassadors for this remarkable community. One of MCDO's biggest challenges is not having a dedicated vehicle. Without reliable transport, field activities are often delayed, costs are higher due to ad hoc rentals, and opportunities from volunteer and tourism programs are lost. By helping fund a vehicle, we can remove this barrier and give MCDO the mobility it needs to deliver services on time, reaching more people and strengthen its impact. That's why we're raising awareness and launching this initiative to help them secure a vehicle that will truly drive a change. For MCDO, transportation is more than mobility. It's a lifeline that connects people, education, and opportunity. With a dedicated vehicle, MCDO can reach more schools, support over 300 students, and deliver conservation education across Kisoro. It also ensures reliable logistics for both local and international volunteers, helping them contribute to education, conservation, and animal welfare efforts. A vehicle enables veterinary teams to reach remote villages for vaccination and treatment, supports community-based tourism that sustains local livelihoods, and provides affordable transport for families needing access to healthcare. With a dedicated vehicle, MCDO can deliver measurable impact across 4 key areas. First, expanded access to education, reaching more schools and supporting more students through consistent coordination and conservation lessons. Second, better animal and public health, with more vaccination and treatment field days near Mgahinga Gorilla National Park. Third, stronger livelihoods through tourism and volunteering, generating income that goes back into community programs. And finally, greater efficiency, reducing costs and improving planning to make every trip count. For transparency, the funding proposal and cost breakdown are included at the end of this presentation deck under related links. In Uganda, most cars are imports. Their prices include shipping, taxes, and inspection fees. MCDO's ideal choice is a Toyota Hiace. It's a 4-wheel drive with enough capacity to transport small groups across rough mountain roads safely. The model and photo shown here are sourced from bforward.jp. If you're curious, the link is also attached on the bottom. The actual vehicle purchased may not be the exact same one based on availability at the time of purchase. Our funding goal is around $15,000, about the cost of a used Honda Civic in the US. But in Uganda, that same amount means mobility, access, and lasting community impact. So one vehicle doesn't just move people. It drives education, health, and opportunity across an entire community. Next, I want to show you a short clip I made that captured some of the best moments and memories from my time volunteering with the MCDOs in Uganda. close, here is a list of helpful links for those who would like to learn more or get involved. You can find more information about the program and MCDO's achievements on their websites. If you're interested in supporting them and donating, please DM me so we can set up a dedicated account directly funding the vehicle purchase. Finally, I want to say thank you truly for taking the time to listen and be part of this story. Your presence, your interest, and your compassion mean so much, not just to me, but to the communities in Kisoro and to everyone at MCDO who works every day to make life a little brighter for others. What I've learned from Uganda is that even in the smallest corners of the world, kindness ripples outward. A single act, a donation, a shared story, a moment of empathy can carry more weight than we realize. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you for being here, for caring, and for believing that even in uncertain times, peace, compassion, and connection still have the power to grow, just like the communities we hope to support. Thank you.